You are interviewing me, Dana, because I respect the American people enough to sit down for an interview.
I appreciate that.
Kamala Harris has been the nominee for 3 weeks. She hasn't sat down for a real interview.
Believe me, we are asking. You're not going to get a disagreement there.
But the point is, Dana, you've got me for 15 minutes or however long you have me. We should be talking about public policies that matter.
This video is brought to you by Club Candace. Brought to you by Club Candace. Candace Owens has a brand new e-commerce store, and she got all the cool tumblers. This right here is like, she call it the Standish Cup, and it's incredible. This is my favorite one. I got the white one signed. Y'all can't get these. She already didn't signed all the ones she gonna sign. So y'all too late. You can't get the signed one, but you can get you one of these. And on the back it says, "Don't care, built different." This is my favorite. I like it better than the white one. I might have her come sign this one. But anyway, you can get it on my website. You can just go down to the link, put in discount code Tatum15, get 15% off. But I'll put the link on my website. We'll put the link here, and we'll put a link to Candace. So it doesn't matter. If you happen to be shopping at my website, you want to add one of these, do it. If you happen to want to go to Candace, see all the cool stuff on her website, go there as well. We'll put both of the links in the description. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. J.D. Vance. See, I knew this from the very beginning because I've heard J.D. Vance speak even before Donald Trump chose him. I said he's very smart. He's very articulate. You guys have heard me say this 1,000 times. And that he's very professional. He's very crisp. He has great arguments. My only apprehension is I don't know if it added value to the rat race. However, I support Donald Trump. I support J.D. Vance. And I think J.D. Vance is doing an incredible job, as good as anybody can do at this point during the campaign. But they messed around and put him on CNN. I don't know what kind of crack they were smoking. They didn't do their homework or research. And I guess they thought he was going to come on CNN and they're going to say some crazy stuff to him, and somehow he wasn't going to be able to defend his points of view. These people are silly to me. And they make this man out to be bad. He's married to a brown woman. She brown. All of his kids are mixed. And they try to act like he's a racist old white man. Anyway.
Dana, I criticized his lying about his own record, okay? This is a guy who was captured on video saying, "I carried a gun in war." He never went to war. This is a guy who's been captured on video, as other people say he's an Afghanistan veteran. He's a veteran of a war, nodding along in agreement instead of saying, no, I did serve my country and I did it honorably, but I never went to a war zone. I'm not criticizing Tim Walz's service. I'm criticizing the fact that he lied about his service for political gain, Dana. Now,
the end. The mother freaking end. What are we talking about right now? Why is CNN defending this? This is what makes me so upset about the mainstream media. And I'm going to finish the clip. I promise. We got about 3 more minutes. Why are they defending this guy? They shouldn't have a dog in the fight. They're trying to act as if Tim Walz didn't do this. It's on camera. And they still argue with J.D. Vance. It's on camera.
Asked me 3 questions about comments that I made 3 years ago. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she supported policies that opened the American southern border. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she lied to the American people about Joe Biden's middle facility for the office. You are interviewing me, Dana, because I respect the American people enough to sit down for an interview.
I appreciate that.
Kamala Harris has been the nominee for 3 weeks. She hasn't sat down for a real interview.
Believe me, we are asking. You're not going to get a disagreement there.
But the point is, Dana, you've got me for 15 minutes or however long you have me. We should be talking about public policies that matter. How are we going to lower inflation? How are we going to reduce the cost of food and housing? How are we going to close down that southern border? We've talked so little about that. We've talked a lot more about a sarcastic remark I made 3 years ago. I think we should talk about the issues that most Americans care. Kamala Harris is whatever she says she is.
So she asked the question to J.D. Vance, and she posed it as if Donald Trump is questioning Kamala Harris's ethnicity or her race or whatever the case may be. And this is J.D. Vance's response to that.
But I believe, importantly, that President Trump is right that she's a chameleon. She pretends to be one thing in front of one audience. She pretends to be something different in front of another audience. Look, Dana, she's not running a political campaign. She's running a movie. She only speaks to voters behind a teleprompter. Everything is scripted. She doesn't have her policy positions out there. She hasn't answered why she wanted to ban fracking, but now she doesn't. She wanted to fund police, but now she doesn't. She wanted to open the border, but now she doesn't. She should have to answer for why she presents a different set of policies to one audience and a different set of policies to another audience. And I think that's what President Trump is getting at. This is a fundamentally fake person. She's different depending on who she's in front of. Dan, I criticize people for not having kids. I criticize people for being anti-child. And I do think that Kamala Harris has made some bizarre statements. She has said things like, it's reasonable not to have children over climate change. I think that's the exact opposite message we should be sending to our young families. I want to expand the child tax credit. I want to stop those surprise medical bills. I want to make housing more affordable so that if you have a young family, you can actually afford to put them in a home. And I think that it is unfortunate that so much of our public leadership has become anti-family. One final point on this, Dana. If you go back to the COVID era, one thing that really frustrated me, please.
Are you going to debate Tim Walz?
Of course. I want to debate Tim Walz. I think it's important. And I think that it goes to a very fundamental difference between the Trump-Vance ticket and our opposition. We believe in talking to the media. We believe in answering questions. We believe in debating. I think it's really important. I mean, look, I'm asking the American people to make me their vice president. It's really important to stand before the American people to make that case, and I'm going to keep on doing it in whatever forum I get the opportunity. So
we look forward to it. Thank you so much for sitting down and taking my questions.
Of course. Thank you for coming here.
Look, the man is a future president. I can see kind of why Donald Trump may have picked him, because if something happens to Donald Trump while he's the president, this man is going to have to step up and be the interim president, right? I mean, that's pretty much what's going to have to happen. And I think that the way he presents himself, he's a taller guy, good-looking guy, very smart guy. He has a diverse family. He's from the Midwest. I mean, you can go down the list. The guy is presidential material, and I think he's a lot more charismatic than Ron DeSantis. Although I think Ron DeSantis is policy positions or something that I like even more so than Trump. His stance on abortions and his vigor when it comes to opening up the country and not doing the. But I think Donald Trump had that swag and he has that momentum because he's so popular. I mean, Donald Trump is making people rich again. I'm going to keep it real. You know how much money people have made off Donald Trump? I mean, even my company, we sell these Trump shirts and people love these Trump shirts. So we do really well with the Trump shirts. And Trump is, and we probably aren't even that big of a Trump store. I sell all kind of merch. There's people that just do Trump stuff. It's probably millionaires off of this stuff. Donald Trump is, and then people who hate Trump, they sell anti-Trump stuff. They selling everywhere. Bobbleheads and all kind of crazy stuff. Donald Trump is making people rich without even being involved. Just him being in the arena. The man is just, the term that I was about to use didn't associate properly with Donald Trump or with a man, so I'm not going to use that term. But I think Donald Trump is infectious, right? His leadership, his entrepreneurial spirit, his American spirit, it makes people feel inspired to be American. Like, the Democrat ticket, to me, it doesn't inspire me to be an American. It doesn't make me look back on the heritage and the history of this country and our founding fathers and my forefathers and make me feel very proud about America. Their stuff is gloom and doom and everything is woke and racism and trans and I mean, everything is just climate control and gun laws and everything is just antithetical to what America is supposed to be, what America is, the direction that we want it to go into. I don't really like the direction that they're pushing. It's all gloom and doom in a miserable, evil, ungodly lifestyle in an ungodly country. But when I hear Donald Trump speak, I hear J.D. Vance speak, I hear the Republican governor speak, I hear Republican commentators speak, it makes me feel like, you know what? We do have a beautiful country. This is a great place to live. Entrepreneurship, it's things you can only do in America. Go look at the Olympics. Americans are dominating. And who's dominating? Black people. The greatest black Olympians are in America. And all these wonderful things we have here in America, all of the diversity. It ain't diversity like in America and Europe, anywhere else in the world. America is the most diverse country in the world. And it's like, what can we do to get the American people to have the power back, where it's up to us, not these government officials. They work for us. We say we want this done. They got to do it. Versus they telling us what they going to do to us. You know, the Constitution, all the things that we fought for in this country, under Republicans, it seems very bright and very forward-thinking. And the Democrats, it seems gloom and doom and such a backward mentality. In a I hate them versus what we can do to make things better. Anyway, I could talk about this for 100 years. Shout out to J.D. Vance. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.